Hello, I'm Shalu Mehrotra and I'm come back with another mental health conversation. Maybe some of you watched my earlier Illumine with Shalu, which were with clients and then the director of Prafulta. I'm a psychotherapist. I am working at Prafulta and I've been in this field for the last 30 years. I really wish now to spread the word of mental health, emotional well-being far and large. And therefore, this whole initiative of Illumine with Shalu, these videos. And today, the mental health conversation is with Harsh. Harsh has been courageous enough to share with us his journey in emotional well being. So, welcome, Harsh.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, Harsh, I think I'll directly come to this point that, though people are a lot more aware today about the understanding the importance of mental health, yet when it comes to ourselves, we feel a little, we tiptoe. Whether should I really, do I really need a counselor? I can manage by myself. Earlier people managed. How did you get yourself to really seek for help?
Thank you for having me, firstly. So, like you rightly said, there is much more awareness. But having said that, the fact is there is still not enough, and there needs to be much more. Now, same thing applies to me personally. I know of it. People around me have accessed help as far as mental health goes. But me personally, I was also one of those people who would say, yeah, it's a great thing on the face of it. But as far as I was personally concerned in terms of using any help which I would potentially need, I would not pursue it. And I would hesitate. And internally, I always had this dialogue that, am I sick to use it?
Is it really that bad?
Is it really that bad?
Yeah.
Is it a sign of weakness? Because, if I say that there's something wrong with my brain, which is not really the case, but even if I say it, is that going to be a thing of judgment around my peers and in my community and everything? How would my parents react? How would my siblings react? How would my friends react? So I kept a distance from it, despite being aware. And I know for a fact that there is still not enough awareness, even though a lot more people know about it. So for me personally, my life came to a point where I came across a situation in my life where I did not know anymore what to do. And even though I all these years have pretended to be strong and I've tried to be strong, there was a time where I was completely lost. And I got help from friends and family, and they came and they supported me, but they were empathetic, but they did not have a solution to what I could do to sort of streamline my own thoughts and to come out of the cesspool I had sort of been in. And thankfully, I was friends with a professional myself, who sort of recommended me that, I think it would be wise to access a professional because that could really help you. And I was at that stage in life where I was not in a position to say no, because I was really desperate. I was helpless. And
when you say desperate, Harsh, how do you describe that? I know you were feeling quite lost at that time, and you took the advice of your friend and reached out. But what does that desperate mean?
Desperate meant that I thought I had a grip on my life. I thought I'm a normal person, a strong person who can handle most things. But then some things happened which made me lose control of the normalcy I had in my mind, or the grip over life I thought I had in my mind. I lost control of my own narrative. I lost control of my own actions. And that made me realize that, if I continue to be like this, I will not be able to lead life normally. And that will affect every aspect of my life, my relationships, my engagements at work, my own sanity, everything, my behavior through the day, my discipline, everything. And I really was lost and I was numb, and I did not know how to make sure that either through my own behavior or through any potential projection of my actions, I control a bad thing from happening.
Okay.
How can I change to improve? And no one had any answers.
Yes.
And I really wanted to change that for myself.
Okay.
Because it was not leading me to a good place.
Yes.
Everything coming out of it was leading to something bad. And that's why I was desperate, because I had never faced a situation in life where I could not do anything about it.
Yes.
And the primary thing being that it wasn't an external thing, it was an internal
thing. Yeah. Was that realization there before you came for the sessions, that it is an internal thing, or was it more like this is happening, so I'm behaving like this?
A bit of both. Somewhere I think we all know deep in our hearts that there may be a problem outside.
Of course.
But there may be something which maybe we also need to correct. And so there was a minor voice inside my head which said ki I should also be open to receiving feedback on what may be going wrong here. So I did think there's something wrong with me, or I needed help with. At the same time, there might be external factors also which are beyond my control. But I was really seeking to correct at least what I could.
Yes. What is in your circle of control, you wanted to take that up.
Yes.
The external challenges will happen and it will keep happening.
Correct. Yeah. Exactly. And that's what, I mean, at least my conviction proved to be right. Or rather, my friend's conviction proved to be right, because they knew it better than I did, having been familiar with the process and everything. And I came into the process completely naked in a way that, you know, I had no resistance to it. Of course, it's not like I can change overnight. So the same skepticism which I had before something happened, I still carried it into my sessions.
Into the sessions, yes.
But also I did surrender myself to it because of my desperation also. It was like I would have latched on to anything which would help me, and thankfully I had the right people around me to guide me to the right thing to latch on to, if I can call it that. You know, that was my internal struggle also, and internal desperation also, to sort of seek help, and hopefully from the right source.
Yeah. I think you had the courage to seek the help, courage to take the friend's advice. And as you said, one can latch on at such points of desperation to many other things, like, you know, you could get into too much working, too much screen time with the media, even alcohol, so many other things one latches on to just escape that helplessness and desperation. But you had the courage to seek that, take that step on your own.
Yep.
Okay, great. And then and you also said something so beautiful, you know, that when you walked in, there was skepticism. So it's okay to put your feet in the little cold water and then slowly let yourself warm yourself up to the whole process. So when you actually stepped into the waters, what was the help that you received? Like, how did it work? How did it get worked out?
So this might be a long one, but
no problem. Let's see.
So I think the very first and foremost thing is, even as a grown adult who's seen a bit of life, when you're entering untested waters for yourself, you are not sure if you're doing the right thing or not. But you're choosing to trust the process without knowing if you can trust it. It's something which still takes time to get built. So the first and foremost thing which happened for me was that I got reassured that it is okay to come here. And the fact that whether I am aligned or not aligned in the very first meeting, whether I agree or not agree, because I don't know, I was ignorant. So, but just the fact that you're here and it's okay to be here. And being reassured without being explicitly reassured, but being reassured through a very calm demeanor from your end, that you know, it's a problem amongst many problems in the world, and this is also something which can be helped. You know, I entered thinking that I don't know if there is a solution to this. I don't know if this can be resolved. I don't know if I can get better. But coming to you seeking professional help made me reassured me that this is okay. Firstly, it is absolutely okay. The stigma around it is unfounded. The loose talk around it is completely misplaced. And secondly, it is okay and something can be done. That to me, those two things alone,
The
without
reassurance and that some hope.
some hope is there. You know, it's I'm not shooting in the wild here. There is somebody in front of me who knows this, who has seen it, and maybe in my own way, or you know, whatever is doable, can help me. There is a path. So I am not stuck in limbo. I am not in a dark place. There is somebody who will offer their finger, and I can maybe just hold on to it and walk a little ahead.
Yeah.
Those two things were the biggest,
Sure.
without even starting on what I need to do or should do, just the premise on which it started. That was the biggest help to me in the very beginning, to be told that it's all right.
Okay.
It's okay to not be in a good space. It is okay to feel the way you're feeling, and it is okay. We will do something about it.
Sure.
So that was like, as a human being, you feel reassured.
Reassured.
The technical aspects of it or the other aspects of it come later. But it's like going to a doctor and the doctor looking at you and, you know, telling you, giving you a medicine, and even before that, just saying, ki, oh, don't worry, we'll fix it.
So that in itself was very calming, grounding.
That's very calming, yes.
And then, like you used the word technical. So what was that technical thing that happened in the process?
So I still don't know the name for
that
the
processes.
processes.
Okay. You don't. I mean,
right.
what is the technical that happened in for you? Like, you know,
right.
to go further.
To go further. So just as a layman, I think what happened was that you broke it down for me in small bits. You first and foremost, I think you helped me see the core of where the issue is emerging from, and that I completely credit your experience for it. And you just got me talking, and I remember, I mean, I could not stop talking. So that was the comfort you gave me. So just
to share with the audience, you know, that we are experiencing an issue which looks like, okay, I'm anxious, I get angry, or something else in our lives, you know, I'm feeling low. But if we seek the help, then we are able to reach the core when it started. Maybe it's childhood, maybe it's some particular incident in our lives. When it starts, you know, really started, something happens, and then the same pattern or the same belief system follows.
Yes.
So I think this is something like what you're talking about, what happened?
Absolutely. Yeah. In fact, without getting into too much detail.
And that's your
just the fact that, I mean, I remember our very first session, and you heard me out for almost the entire time. And then towards the end, you said some things which really made me see a lot of my behavior in a very different light. And it could have only come from somebody who you know, understands human behavior, you know, through training and experience, and also from someone who is completely unbiased, which I think is also a huge difference from friends and family helping you to a professional helping you, because you are not my friend. even though you may be friendly towards me, but you are not my friend. And so when you hear me, you are hearing the good and the bad, or if good and bad is the wrong word to use, you are hearing whatever is there.
As it is.
As it is. Versus hearing me as a son, as a brother, as a friend, as somebody else, a peer. You hear me as a patient or whatever
just
would be the
as it is.
Just as it is. And I think that sort of filters through a lot of noise because I might be in that process seeking empathy, I might be seeking pity, I might be seeking kindness, I might be seeking selfishly you to say, no, Harsh, you're absolutely right. You know, you have done nothing which needs correction, it's the world's fault. And maybe that is my expectation from people who are around me in my life. But you did not
ये साथ में बैठ के abuse करते हैं, चलो जिसने आपको तंग किया.
Correct. It's not a gossip session.
It's not a gossip session. You That's well put. Yeah.
And so that helped because that just cut through the noise in my own head.
Sure.
It sort of brought me to ground and it told me that, you know, just let's revisit how we reached here.
Let's revisit how. What was the journey that
brought us here. Correct. Okay. And so when that happened, I remember by the end of the session, I broke down and I was crying at the end of the very first session. And this is me entering with so much skepticism that what am I even doing? But okay.
It was brave of you to cry. It's brave of all of us to be able to feel what is real, be honest about it, and to be able to share, be vulnerable about it. I think that's one of the biggest steps towards healing.
It totally is, and I mean that's what since my time I have been, whenever I speak to friends now and everything, I also tell them that don't try and keep up a false bravado because it's pointless. It will only catch up with you at some point or the other because you should not worry about anybody's judgment because they are not really helping you out in any way. They'll say their word and go, but it's okay. It's okay to seek help. It's just okay to seek help. I mean, I was that person who would be vehemently against anyone who can help me. Hyper independence. You live alone in the city. You think you're up against the world, and you're constantly trying to be strong about it. But there are times when you need help, and
it's okay to do that.
It's okay to do that. Yeah.
Last one or two lines about where are you now? How do you feel? How do you feel now? And any message you have for people, like you, and who are in the city, maybe alone or trying to be professionals in the city of Mumbai.
Absolutely. So as far as where I am now, I think I have moved a lot forward in a good way in terms of my journey of healing and getting better. It's not complete, the journey, because I don't think it can be time bound. It's like muscle memory also. You need to sort of keep putting those exercises in practice again and again. I think you need to keep rechecking in once in a while, as you would with a physical disease. A doctor says, okay, you go to a dentist, you go to a physician, and they'll give you a cure, but they'll also tell you, why don't you visit us back in 6 months or in a year?
Some follow-up.
So even with this, it needs, I feel personally, it needs follow-up.
Yeah.
Just a reassessment to see where things are. So I have moved forward, yes, but I don't think I am there yet.
Okay. We are all in the process of becoming.
All in the process. But the good thing is that step forward was taken. A lot of healing did happen. A lot of, putting things behind in terms of what are unnecessary, that did happen. So a lot of positives out of it, a lot of learnings out of it. So journey is ongoing, and it should be ongoing, I feel. Secondly, like you said, what would I say to people like me? What I said earlier, and that remains my strongest thing. In fact, my friends sort of, scold me about it, or they even tease me about it. But I say this a lot now, that Earlier, I used to just say to be cool that, yeah, it's okay to seek mental help. Yeah, therapy is in and it's the cool thing to do and everything. Everyone has a therapist. Yeah, I'm all for it. I would say those things without meaning them because I had never experienced it and maybe I felt I did not need it. But it's only after surrendering myself to the process I have far higher respect for what it is and what it does. And I keep telling everyone around me also ki at my level, I tell them ki, hey, listen, if you want to talk, if you want to talk about anything, you need help, you don't need to be brave in front of me. You don't need to show that you're holding on strong. If you're not holding on strong, it's okay to let me know. As a friend, I'm there for you. As a person in your life, I'll be there for you. But at the same time, I am not equipped to guide you correctly to a good solution or a good path to address this for the long term. For that, you must visit a professional, and there is no it's you spend money of twice or thrice the money going to a restaurant, and if you would spend half of it seeking help for yourself, that food would be tastier the next time you go there. And so seek it, skip that. If you feel it's costly or anything, skip that one weekend dinner you blow your money on, drink a little less and you'll be better for it. But direct it to, you spend money on a gym for your body, why not spend a little money on the mental aspect of it? Everything is being controlled from up there. If it's healthy, then it'll be good. So
that's so wonderfully put, Harsh. I couldn't have said those words, that the food will taste better if you're feeling better.
True.
Okay, so on that note, I think I would just like to close this mental health conversation and come for the next one. Thank you so much for being here and really helping us all understand from that side's point of view that how this nourishment of emotional well-being can feel and how we can reach it. Thank you.